Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Argon. So in this video I'd like to show you a strategy where you can essentially earn over 250,000 Astral Diamonds just within 1 hour. Of course this will vary on your luck, you might earn more than this, you might earn less than this. And this is based on, yes indeed, Dread Ring. Many of you may have heard this before, but I'd like to go over it again just for those newer players. You are essentially farming out Dread Ring lairs for these enchanting stones. Now the value of these lower level enchanting stones like 3s and 4s are pretty much just pennies, and I wouldn't worry too much about them. You can of course collect like a stack of 99 blues and you can sell them for nearly 20k. However, the most value comes from these purple ones, rank 5s, which you're going to be selling for, you can see the prices there, about 14,000 per enchanting stone. Now when this event is not active, these prices go up to 25,000, so you're earning vastly more amounts. Now of course the more people that do this strategy, the lower the cost these things will be. And those enchanting stones are largely to upgrade different artifacts. You can see upgrading this to legendary will require 5 of these enchanting stones, so you need quite a numerous amount of those, and along with that you'll also need them to upgrade your neck and waist pieces, along with also your weapons that are the older versions. Now how do you do this? Well, again, you're going to the map Dread Ring. Now this will be available to pretty much anybody from the very start of the game. You get to level 20 and then you go to the campaign Dread Ring, and you should at least be 20,000 item level, 21,000 item level by the time you're level 20, just by slotting in some decent gear. If not, get some Seals of Adventure gear or even go on to Seals of the Wild gear and you should have no problem. You'll unlock this zone, and once you've done so you should be able to do a few quests and you'll be able to enter these lairs. Now my favorite lair is this Phantasmal Fortress just up here on the map. Now to enter the lair you can either pick up a quest back from Sergeant Knox just down here, or you can have a lair key, and this will be in the key section just here, and they look like this. I have 10 left. Now to obtain those keys en masse, you can go and essentially buy them from the Dread Ring store here with these currency, the Vanguard scripts. Now what I would recommend is making sure you farm your quests within Dread Ring on a repeated basis, and even more so when the event comes around that you have double the currency from within Dread Ring. Now I don't believe we have it upcoming anytime soon, but you can see for example you get like ×2 currency to Storm King's Thunder, Jungles of Chult, and they rotate through, and you can see on June the 9th we're getting legacy campaigns will have ×2 currency, and this will include Dread Ring. And if you want to even get more of that currency, the Vanguard scripts, you can even trade in some genie gifts for these bags. Again, do this during the ×2 event and you'll get double the amount of Vanguard scripts, giving you 3 Thayan lair keys for the equivalent of 1 genie gift. You also want to make sure you're doing this farming of these Thayan lairs at the right time. You want to have the ×2 refining stone event active, and that will allow you to get double the amount of drops from your loot within your Thayan lairs. You can see we have this event active for another 4 days and 20 hours, and I would always wait for this event before doing your Thayan lairs. Yes, you need a bit of patience to earn money within Neverwinter. Also keep in mind there are specific days which you want to do this on as well. You want to have a look at the schedule, see which ones then give you the drops of enchanting stones. Also looking at when the day shift actually triggers. More on that at the end of the video. Now what you will do then is you will go spend that key to enter your lair. Now it should be fairly straightforward. To do this you could do it in a group if you're much lower level, and otherwise you just kill the enemies. I'm on an endgame character, so killing those is not much of a problem. You pretty much one-shot them. You make your way forward, you get to the next group, you kill them off, and then this group here, and then you will want to go to the door, you enter in, and in my opinion the Phantasmal Fortress for me is the best one and the easiest one to get. the quickest way through it, as you can avoid most of the enemies. We just killed this group of enemies and we're making our way down this long corridor. We get to the end here and now we gotta go navigate through this way, so we can just completely ignore that group of enemies. We can just assassinate these dudes, boom, and then you're gonna get another group coming out of the woodwork there, and we can just kill those guys. And at this point you're going to have another group just over there, but you can ignore them if you're quick enough. You're going to get another group over there, again you can ignore them if you're quick enough, and you tuck in by the wall. And we're heading then up these steps and we're pretty much near the end. Interacting with that, we had an unfortunately unskippable cutscene, probably because they need to spawn the enemies or something. They're just annoying. Anyway, you go and you kill this mini boss here, and then once you do, you're going to get the phylactery spawning in there. You kill that, and that's your lair complete, and you can go to your chest. You'll interact with it using your lair key, and there you go, you get your rewards. And we were even fortunate enough again to get more of those enchanting stones. And you can see just there we now have 22, and this is after just running it for about an hour. You can of course use your gauntlet here. You can get like a mark of potency, but they're completely outdated at this point. And we can go and exit out, and then we can simply go and repeat by entering back in again. You just interact with the door. And here we're in the instance again. Just make sure those 3 guys have spawned in. If they haven't spawned in, then you might want to exit out the door again and then enter in. There is some slight bug with that. Now, on a very important note, it really depends what day you go and do this on. You want to check again your Dread Ring campaign, check your schedule just here, and see what day it is and what rewards. What you want to be doing is when they say they're going to be able to drop these enchanting stones up to rank 5s. And on the weekend, which we are right now, you can see we can earn these enchanting stones up to those rank 5s as we can on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. But keep in mind, you can see Tuesdays it's only within the Dread Spire, Wednesdays it's only within the Death Forge, and Thursday it's only within the Phantasmal Fortress. However, you need to keep in mind that the daily reset for these days is actually at 6 o'clock or 5 p.m. UTC, and you can check that on under the minimap here. When we're not within a lair, you can see that we have this liberation. And here when we click on it, you can see that it says we can indeed earn those gemstones on any lair of our choice. Again, you can check the schedule for that at what time it is. Again, if you're looking on that campaign in the schedule, you will see that here it's stated as liberation. So if it says necromancy, do not go and do your Thayan lairs. You cannot get those enchanting stones. And then if you have illusion, make sure you're doing Phantasmal Fortress. If you have conjuration, make sure you're doing Death Forge, evocation, Dread Spire, and necromancy. Don't go do it for these enchanting stones. Again, you will see that under the minimap under one of these tabs. You can see these will represent all the different events, and this little one over here shows the one currently within Dread Ring, and you can see it's up for 1 day and 22 hours, and we can simply go and farm our enchanting stones. And not enough people do this, and this is a really big money maker for new players. Now of course, as the event goes on and more people know about this, the enchanting stones will get cheaper, and you might want to hold on to them. They get cheap around this time. People will also buy them around this time, people who don't want to do this grind, and thus you can make even more Astral Diamonds off that, especially when people will sell them now since they want the quick cash. But also if you save onto them, you can sell them for a lot more. These things were going for 25,000 per enchanting stone just like a week ago. Again, this is a very simple way that anybody can make money within Neverwinter or Astral Diamonds just through the auction house and selling to other players. You can of course do this for your own benefit to help progress your own character for upgrading those enchanting stones, weapons, and neck and waist sets. So again, I'd like to give a massive thank you to all of my channel members for helping me keep my channel going. And if I presented this well, consider leaving the video a like. If you're new around here, consider subscribing. We'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.